What's good YouTube, I'm back again with another VW, and in today's video we have the almighty Golf 8 GTI. Let's start this review by talking about what is carried over from the predecessor of the MK8 GTI, which is the engine, and it is the 4-cylinder 2-liter turbocharged engine, but now it produces slightly more power, which it produces 245 horsepower and 370 newton meters of torque, paired with a 7-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox, and all that power is going to the front wheels. And all of that performance torque will get you from 0 to 100 k's in 5.7 seconds, and it will give you a top speed of 250 kilometers per hour. Now, let me talk about the design elements of the Golf 8 GTI, and one thing I will note out is how grown up it feels from the Golf 7 GTI, and it feels more luxurious, I must say, from the Golf 7 GTI. It is bigger than the Golf 7, so definitely you will notice it when driving, and how it handles from the Golf 7 GTI. It's not as playful as the 7, but it's certainly not a boring car, I must say that. And the build quality on this car is really good. It feels like one big piece of metal. It doesn't feel like it was made from bits and bits of pieces. And the design works. Those lights, the bumpers, the rims, the side profile, the back, it just all works. It doesn't look out of place. It is certainly a big upgrade from the 7, I must say that. Now, as standard, you get 18-inch alloy rims, but there's also an option of these 19-inch alloys, which I would personally go for the 19s because they just suit the car more. Again, let's not forget that this is a hot hatch, so it needs to be practical, right? Well, let's look at the boot space of the GTI, and since this is front wheel drive, it has plenty of boot space, which I'll display for you right now. So the GTI comes with 381 liters of boot space, but you will have slightly less boot space in the R-Line. But nonetheless, you have a spare wheel and a tire change kit in there, which will come handy in these South African roads, I must say that. Now, jumping in the back seats of the Golf 8 GTI, we take a look at the door card, and it fairly looks simple, nothing much, nothing aggressive. And you have this red stitching on the seats, which give out that GTI theme, and these seats are more interesting than most seats in most hot hatches, as they have this two-tone and they give off GTI vibes. But of course, buying this car, you will be spending most of your time here in the front seat. And one thing to note out is how much of an upgrade this interior is from the previous generation Golf 7 GTI. It's more grown up, I must say. It feels more premium, it feels more relaxed. And going into the front seat, you are greeted by this beautiful GTI seat, which is of course electrically adjustable, and it also has memory seat, which is very cool. And you have these cool side bolsters with the red stitching, which will hug you for those tight corners which you'll take. And you have GTI integrated on your seat, which feels very good and it looks very nice. Now let's take a look at your steering wheel, which is written GTI at the bottom to let you know what you're driving. You have red stitching, and then you have these weird touch buttons which illuminate, which I find very cool. You have your pedal shifters. Well, yeah, the steering wheel, it's not bad. It is flat bottom, feels very nice, feels solid, I must say. So under your armrest, you have some storage area which can come in handy for putting your stuff in there. You've got 2 cup holders right there. Moving on, you have your auto hold button next to your electrical handbrake, and then you have this weird shift knob, which I don't know what's wrong with manufacturers these days, but what can we say. Then you have your wireless charging area, and inside is the integrated Golf, which feels very good. And then you have a USB type C ports, 2 of them, and then wait for it, when you turn on the screen it illuminates GTI to remind you that you are indeed in a GTI. While we're at the screen, that's where you control your fan temperature and fan speed. The car also has integrated nav, and of course it has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is something that's becoming normal these days, I must say. And of course, while we're at the technology of this car, it has adaptive cruise control, so it has a radar detector in the front, and it has of course lane keep assist, but you'll need to keep your hands on the steering wheel, otherwise it will turn off. And of course, you have a digital driver's display, which you can fiddle around with depending on what you want to see while driving. Now, as I was about to sum up the review, I forgot that I didn't talk about how it feels to sit in the back seat. And of course, you have plenty of knee room and plenty of headroom because this is a Golf. It's a practical car. Very comfortable at the back, I must say. Now, another cool feature on the Golf 8 GTI are these LED headlights and that LED light strip which goes across the front of the car, and it makes the car look very modern and it gives it a very unique look. You can definitely tell that this is a Golf 8 from a distance. And if you think I forgot about the panoramic sunroof, you must be joking. I would never ever forget to talk about it because it is just a feature to have, especially on a GTI. Anyway, that should bring us to the end of our review. But let me know, would you rather have this or the 7.5 GTI? Nonetheless, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, guys. See you on the next one. Peace out.